Hello you all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rayshawn. For those of you who don't know me, people call me Ray. So in today's video, I will be giving you a makeup tutorial. It's going to be like a natural glam makeup. It's going to be a very pretty look. So the kick is, this will be an affordable makeup tutorial. An affordable makeup tutorial is going to be very glam. It's going to be very chic, very modern. And yes, so I can't wait to go ahead and start this video. If you want to see the look that I come up with, then make sure that you keep on watching. Before we get started, go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Click the notification bell so that you will be notified when I upload a video. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight into it. So I've already done my brows off camera. I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. You already know, but everything else will be definitely affordable. Alright, so we're going to jump straight into the eyes. I'm going to be priming my eyes using the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. This is it right here. This one is in the shade Honey. I'm going to be using this as my eyeshadow base for today. So for my eyeshadow, we'll be using the Morphe 35G Bronze Gold palette. This is the palette right here. This is the Artistry palette. This palette is really nice. It has a bunch of neutral tones in it. So if you're looking for an everyday palette, this is definitely a palette to use. You guys know I love these gold tones. I love bronze tones. I love all of the shades in here. So this palette is perfect for the look that we are going for today. The first shade we're going to go in with is this shade right here. I'm going to be using it as my transition shade. I feel like you have to have a base shade in order for your eyeshadows to pop. Doesn't always have to be super bold, doesn't even have to be neutral. It can be whatever you want it to be, just as long as it is the backdrop of your eyeshadow. I feel like you definitely need a base. This is not to set my concealer. This is literally for me to use as my base. So this is what's going to basically start my eyeshadow. You want to build up your transition as much as possible until you feel it is best. As you put your transition shade on, then you're going along with the contour of your eye shape. You're going to take your transition shade, you want to keep it under your brow, but slightly on the brow bone. Not so much so over the brow bone, because you don't want to take away that highlighted area from under your brow, which is supposed to be no eyeshadow at all. So you want to be very particular where you place your eyeshadow. So placement with the transition shade makes a big difference in how your eyeshadow is going to perform, and how your eyeshadow is going to look overall. So you definitely want to take your time and just blend it out as much as you possibly can. Just make sure that it's really even. Make sure that it looks buffed and it doesn't look stiff and it doesn't look like harsh. Okay, so I like what we have so far. I like the way my transition looks. It looks great. Now I feel like I can build on it, and I can kind of sort of feel where I want to go with this look. We're going to be building it up to its maximum potential. We're going to be adding or gaining momentum as we do this eye. So we're going to go in with this shade right here. So this shade is more of a darker brown. Hopefully it's a darker brown. And I'm just going to intensify my crease. So I'm going to actually almost use it as a second transition shade, but I'm going to keep it more so in my crease. I'm not going to go as high as I did with the first shade. I'm going to keep it lower than that. But I'm going to use this one and these two together. And I'm using this small detail crease brush from MAC. This is a 221 brush. I'm not going to take it here, but I am going to take it about right here. Next, to intensify this look even more, I'm going to take this shade right here, this more of a deeper brown. It has some sparkles in it, but it's not a glittery shade. It's definitely matte. I'm going to definitely contour my crease a lot more with that shade. Blend out my edges because it's looking a little harsh. So I'm just going to blend it out. So for my lid, I do want to go in with a shimmer shade because we definitely have to have a shimmer moment. I know this seems like a shade that everyone uses, but I don't feel like a lot of people use gold. They only use gold when it comes to like events or weddings, but I really like this yellow gold. I'm going to take this shade right here. No, I'm going to go in with this shade right here. I'm going to be placing this all over my lid. I like this eye better. I feel like I went too curvy, too far out with this eye. So I'm going to take a makeup wipe and I'm going to wipe my eye. I'm not going to wipe it off. I'm just going to wipe it because it's a little bit too rounded. So I want it to look just like this. So. I'm just taking this brush and I'm just blending out the edges, just making sure that everything is nicely blended, which it is. So now we're going to go ahead and move on. So for my under eyes, I'm going to be using this metallic shadow stick in the shade Tuxedo. This is from Galactic Beauty, and I'm going to be using this as my, I'm going to place it in my waterline, actually. Placing this in my waterline because it's black. It's smooth, a little big, but it works. I'm going to do a little bit of tight lining, just a little bit of tight lining, just to add that, get that smoky moment. Tight lining just basically takes away any skin that you could possibly see on your eyes and it just leaves the eyes super intense, super black. And I don't always do this, but it definitely works. I'm gonna take my NYX liner. I'm gonna make a small, just a small line. I do want to smoke out this line. I want to make it a little bit more softer, slightly more dramatic. So because I want to smoke out this liner, I'm going to go in with this color right here. Which is black, and I'm going to smoke out my top and bottom lash line. It kind of adds that softness to the line, and it also adds a little bit of drama. I'm going to take this mascara from Morphe. This is the Make It Big mascara, and I'm going to be coating my lashes with this. This mascara is really good for the girls who do not wear lashes and you love your lashes and you have just nice lashes. You just want to pull your lashes out and add some volume and some drama. This is the mascara for you because the brush is so big. It adds volume. It's a lot of product comes out. So you can definitely build up your mascara using this. I really feel like this definitely do pull out the lashes like a lot. Just take your time when you put on mascara. There is no need to rush because it's so close to your eyes. So you want to be careful using any mascara, but definitely the big brush ones. I'm going to be using the NYX Marshmallow Primer. This is it right here. This primer is really good. It's very soft on the skin. Almost feels like a moisturizer. It has a very soft whipped feel, and I really like the smell of it as well. And it gives a kind of a radiance to the skin. Not overly radiant, not too glittery, not too shiny, but it does add a healthy glow to the skin. So I'm going to use this. It smells to me like cotton candy. Like cotton candy for sure. So for my foundation, I'm actually going to be using something that's really not a foundation, but it acts as a foundation. This is the Makeup Revolution Super Dewy Skin Tint Tinted Moisturizer. So this is it right here, and mine is in the shade Mocha. I like this skin tint because it just gives me a nice radiance. It's not too heavy on my skin. This is perfect for like the daytime, if you're going out in the day and you don't want, like, you want a base but you don't want to use a foundation. So this is really good for that. This is good for all day, all night. I'm going to be taking the Morphe brush. This is the Morphe E63. I do want to build this foundation up. I don't want it to be super duper thin, even though it is thin, but I might add a second layer. It just depends. So this definitely is a very nice build-up. I like the layer that I have here. This is perfect. This is super perfect. Like, I love it so much. I'm not really into super natural base products. So if the foundation is too thin, I'm not really into it, but I do like that one. And I also like the MAC Face and Body. I do like that. My least favorite is the Fenty Beauty Skin Tint. I'm just not into base products that are like that. I mean, I'm definitely here to try them out, but this one I really liked, and I have expressed that. This one definitely gives you a little bit more coverage than the Fenty Beauty Skin Tint, which I've said before. This one just looks really good. As you can see, it's very natural. Like, you could add a concealer that is maybe a shade lighter than you underneath your eyes, just to kind of add some highlight and lift the eyes. Add a little blush and then some lip, and you could literally be done. You do not need to add a whole bunch of products to your base because it looks very natural. So I do like that. But of course, me being who I am, I will be adding to a lot of everything else to this base. So for my concealer today, I will be using the Neutrogena Radiant Cream Concealer. This concealer does contain peptides and antioxidants, which basically fights against free radicals, which are things in the air from, really polluting or getting into the skin. So I do like this product for that. I like the color as well. Very creamy consistency. So I'm adding the concealer underneath my eyes to help to lift my eyes. And I'm adding some on my forehead. So I also will be taking a little bit of the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer in the shade Toffee Caramel. And I will be putting this right in the corner of my eyes to add some brightness. A lot of girls do this. This is basically where I got it from. I like my nose to be a little bright as well. So now I'm going to be taking the Black Radiance Foundation Stick in the shade Chocolate Dipped. And I'm going to use it as my cream contour today. You can definitely use the Black Opal Foundation Sticks. You can use these, which are more affordable than the Black Opal Foundation Sticks. These might be a little bit more creamier and easier to blend out. And these are more affordable than the Black Opal Foundation Sticks. So if you're looking for some affordable cream products, definitely check out the Black Radiance Foundation Sticks because they're smaller, so they're more compactable and easier to travel with. So I'm going to actually blend out the concealer first, and then I'm going to blend out the contour once I'm done. So I'm going to use the same brush I used for my foundation to blend out my contour. That L'Oreal concealer definitely is the more dominant concealer. As you can see, it added this kind of a cool tone concealer look underneath my eyes. Hopefully it's not looking crazy. For my blush, and because I don't have an affordable cream blush, I actually do, I don't know where it is, which is the Milani one. I'm going to be using the Maybelline New York. This is the Ultimate Lipstick. This one is in a shade called More Scarlet. This is how it looks right here. So I'm going to be trying it out as a blush because there really are no rules in makeup. It looks good and it's not too overpowering. It looks really good and I like it. Definitely did add some color to my face and it took away some of that cool toneness I had going on underneath my eyes. So now we're going to go ahead and set this makeup. So to set my makeup, I will be using the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. This is it here. Now this one is in the shade number 30, Medium Deep. This is how it looks. It does have a yellow undertone, or I keep saying undertone. It has a yellow color. So I'm going to be using this. I'm going to just pop some up. I used to use this all the time, but I stopped using it because, you know, things happen. But here we are. So I'm going to press this into my skin. I'm just going to press it. Make sure you get underneath your eyes very well because creasage can happen. I think creasage happens in stages. Like one moment you're creasing underneath your eyes, next minute you're not. One minute you have smile lines when you're like 24, 25, 26. Next minute you're in your 30s and you don't have smile lines. Like, what is going on here? I used to have smile lines so much when I was like 25, 20, and I was like 26, 27, 28. I used to have smile lines so bad, and I used to watch tutorials like, what am I going to do about these smile lines? I don't really think there's much you can do besides set with powder really, really well. And then all of a sudden, I continue on doing my makeup, and my smile lines just kind of like, they're there, but they're not there. They don't show up as much through my makeup. And that's the only time I would see them is through my makeup. But I don't see them anymore. So I don't really have that issue unless I just didn't put my makeup on properly. And then I might see my smile lines come through, depending on what products I'm using. Okay, so next I'm going to be setting the rest of my face. I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder again, but this one is in the shade 40 Dark. This is how it looks. I don't know if I went over these powders before, but they are really, really good, super affordable. I know that everyone uses the Maybelline Fit Me pressed powders, but I like the loose powders. I'm a loose powder, honestly, type of a girl. I just recently started getting into pressed powders like maybe a couple of years ago, but I used to just use loose powders to set my makeup, to set underneath my eyes. I really didn't used to use pressed powders, but now I do. So this is how it looks. I'm going to take a powder brush and to just powder my whole face just to make sure that my makeup is set in place. You don't want to overdo it with this powder because it does have some pigment to it, of course. And you don't want it to change the outcome of your makeup. So you just want to take it because you're just setting the makeup. That's all you're doing. You're not trying to, you know, add more color unless that's just what you want to do. I mean, these powders are amazing. I used to use them all the time. Because I want my cheeks to be a little bit more flushed, and I honestly just picked up this because it was in front of me and my blush is not here. And I know you guys are probably tired of me using the same blush, and so am I, but I love it. I'm going to be taking the Juvia's Place The Berries palette, and I'm going to be going with this blush, this eyeshadow, and I'm going to go in with this one just a little bit too. If you feel like something's going to be too much, always start from the back and work your way forward. I do want this on my cheeks, like literally. Across my nose, literally, my forehead. And this just adds color, definitely. I know we're looking a little bit too blushed out, but we're going to go ahead and tone it down. Blush are one of the easier elements of makeup to go away. So you kind of want to go in with the blush, but then you're going throughout your day, and because you didn't put on enough blush, your face is looking like one note because there is no color in your face. Your face is looking a little bit more bland, and you're trying to figure out what's wrong. If you don't use contour or bronzer, blush is definitely the product I would recommend you use as makeup or makeup that you have to have in your everyday kit for yourself or definitely for yourself. So blush is definitely the #1 element of makeup to have. I'm going to do a little bit of reverse contour because I just cannot help it. It just refines my face and just gives me more of a snatched look. I'm going to leave it on for like a second. It will leave like the lines, you will see them. So I'm going to brush it away. Honestly, still feel like my skin is peeking through this makeup. Like, I can see my skin through this makeup. So I can still see some of my imperfections. Not too much, but I can still see some of my imperfections, but it's not like I'm upset about it. You know, I like the fact that even though I have makeup on, I feel like my skin still can breathe. I also feel like my skin looks a lot healthier. It looks natural even though I have makeup on. I don't look caked up, if that makes sense. And that is the beauty of layering and how you do things. I'm just so in love with cream products and how they perform on my skin. I just love it so much. I didn't even blend it out. That was weird. So I don't think I'm going to spray my face because I like the way my makeup looks. I don't need to spray my face. I don't need to break down my makeup. I don't need to break down powders because to me, I look very, my makeup is giving very much so skin. So I will not be spraying my face because I don't need to break down anything. So I'm going to go in with these two right here. I'm going to put this on the high points of my cheeks, the bridge of my nose, my brow bone, and I'm going to use this color to put in between my tear duct. You can do whatever you want with makeup. Like if you have a client and you forgot to bring the highlight. If you have a client and you forgot to bring your blush, use a lipstick, use liquid lipstick, boom, there you have the color right there. You can use the eyeshadow palette for blush, contour for highlight, eyeshadow, all in one. Like if you don't got it like that, or if you, like I said, you forgot to bring some parts of the makeup, girl, take full advantage of that palette. You guys know I like to add the highlight on my cheeks now. I'm just taking that champagne shade that I showed you. I'm just gonna put this in the corners of my champagne shade, and I'm just putting this in the corners of my eye, my tear duct. Taking it up a little bit, kind of broadening it. Now for my lashes, I will be using these lashes right here. These are the lashes I'm going to be placing on my eyes. I'm going to leave them down in the description box. I'm going to be taking my lip liner in the shade Tuscan Brown to line my lips. For my lips, I'm going to add my lip gloss in the shade Skin. And I'm going to just use this. I want something a little bit more nude but more bright at the same time. I'm going to also add a little bit of Skin just to lighten it up a little bit more. A little bit of that. Let's just go over a few things. Like, you know what I didn't do? Contour. I almost forgot to contour. So I'm going to go ahead and contour, and I'm going to use this Juvia's Place bronze palette in the shade Dark. Done. Perfect. Okay, you all, so this is a finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this makeup tutorial. This is what we came up with, this beautiful bronze, glam but neutral eye makeup. This is actually one of my favorite looks to do. This Morphe palette is a palette that I use every day because I am definitely a bronze, brown, shimmer type of a girl, and I love the golds, the bronze tones, the warm tones, the earth tones. Basically, I love this kind of a palette, and I'm glad I pulled it out today because I hardly ever really use it, and it's just a beautiful palette, and it's so good. My eyes look so beautiful. They look luxurious. It looked like I used like a Pat McGrath palette. Like, that is how bomb my eyes look. I love my foundation. I really feel like this Makeup Revolution Super Dewy Skin Tint Moisturizer is amazing. It looks so good. It just makes my skin look like skin. It looks healthy. Even with all the makeup I got going on or all the add-ons I have going on, it just looks beautiful. So I'm definitely very impressed with this right here. If you haven't picked it up and you probably don't know about it, I'm here to tell you about something that's affordable and it is beautiful and I love it so much. Of course, everything else, which are these Maybelline Loose Fit Me finishing powders. These are excellent. I use one to set my under eyes with and then one to set my entire face with, and these are just beautiful. And I just love when my skin looks radiant, it looks healthy, it looks glowy, but it's not overly done. It looks beautiful. With that being said, I will leave everything down in the description box below. I actually will leave it down in the description box below this time. If you want all the details on this look, it's going to be in the description box, sis. So make sure you go ahead and check that out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Give this video a thumbs up if you like this makeup. And I will see you in my next video. I love you guys. Bye.